sure know what you're doing there?
I got them out, didn't I?
I got them out. Hey, thanks for answering my calls.
You shouldn't have been calling me.
Right, well, what do you hear now? What's the old manhunt doing?
From what I gather, their trail is rather cold, but it's important that you keep your bunch under tight wraps for another couple of days. You did a good job. Now all that's left is this magnificent example of Greco-Roman revival. A veritable fortress. But with 2 days' help, an open house. Try not to damage it. Let's get in and get out. So how are your boys holding up?
Going stir crazy. You'd think they'd be used to it.
That's a good one. A bunch of lifers going stir crazy on the outside. Well, tell them to think about how rich they're going to be. With that kind of money, they won't have time to be homesick. What was that?
What are you doing, you...
What was that?
Put the thing down!
What was that? Stupid!
He's dead.
I told him to shut up.
Right, and he kept talking, so you shot him?
What? Are you all out of your minds?
Whatever you say, Alex, you are the boss now, but I am your deputy. And if the heat is being turned up, I'm here to help absorb some of it. It's changed, isn't it?
What's changed?
You know, us.
In what way?
In the way that you relate to me now that you're commander. Everything between us is under a microscope, whether we say it or not.
What? Are you saying I don't show you enough respect?
I just want to know if we have a future outside the agency.
We've both been under a lot of pressure. Just need some time to shake out these new positions and just let the dust settle, okay?
Just as long as it doesn't settle on us.
Some time to shake out these new positions and just let the dust settle, okay?
Just as long as it doesn't settle on us.
Life is too short to live with uncertainty. The stakes are too high. These web crashes, interference cost us what?
North of 9 million, Don Cheng.
Nearly 8 figures for 2 relatively small hiccups on the net. This cannot be allowed to continue.
Agreed.
Can only have been the work of a man of immense hubris. The arrogance of one William Stiles. Set up a meeting with Alex Michaels. We've come to a moment of mutual interest.
But, Don Cheng, a meeting with NetForce would be a bad precedent with lasting implications.
I leave the issues of when and where and of security to you, my consigliere.
My memory scanner says this is the second day you've opened this file. Should I be worried?
I thought constructs were incapable of emotions.
I am. This is not an extension of a human emotion. It's a deductive analysis of an anomaly. What's bothering you?
I'm beginning to see some of the problems you must have gone through. It's frustrating. I'm starting to doubt my own instincts.
Well, I can see you're settling right in with a firm grasp of the obstacles. Why don't we go to my website? Honest Abe. Reminds me that once there were heroes.
Well, I still try to think there's some around.
Damn few. So, how goes your investigation?
It's really not my investigation anymore. Jim Fox thinks that he's running it now.
Jim Fox. I'm sure he's still bent out of shape from when I created NetForce outside his jurisdiction. What kind of trouble is that pompous ass giving you now?
There was a big breakout at the Westover federal facility. Someone got inside their internal security through the internet and was able to open up anything they wanted at will.
That sounds like a pretty sophisticated hacker.
Could this be about control?
The internet?
Yeah, I mean, you were one of its major architects. Is there any way of controlling this thing?
Not completely. There's no single central point that could be commandeered.
Not anywhere in the government, not with the president or with, I don't know.
No. There were no controls built in. That's why it was so vital to establish our department. NetForce is the keeper at the gate.
Is there anything else you can give me?
Lincoln himself said it often requires more courage to dare to be right than to fear to do wrong. He who has the right needs not to fear.
Steve. What is this?
Although fairly short-lived, this computer breakdown has had massive consequences on a variety of fronts. There have been numerous reports of power outages, interruptions in phone service, and long delays at airports nationwide.
With all Conrail systems now computerized, there was no way of warning either train engineer that they were on a collision course. There have been 7 deaths.
The expressway and surface traffic gridlocking in virtually every urban area in the country.
Which had shocking impact on the world's financial markets. The sustained outage left trillions of dollars in traders hovering somewhere in cyberspace. Had they vanished in a longer collapse, it would all be lost.
We were pretty much flying blind in there. The patient was on the table, opened up, and the entire operational plan disappeared from our screens. We lost our link to the master surgeon in London.
Good morning. Let me ask you a question. Are we in control here, or are we not in control? Because I am getting tired of this. Now, the president has been all over my butt. I've been asked to do everything but squeal like a pig. Now, if you boys can't mind your store, I'm damn well going to bring in a bunch that can.
Sir, we've been up all night reconfiguring the codes.
Reconfigure my ass. This time they came in through the satellite, so whatever you're doing down there, it ain't working, boy. We have a bunch of unanswered questions here, son. I need some answers. Do you understand? I need them last week. Do I make myself clear?
Perfectly, sir.
Fine. You all have a nice day.
Was there not even a trace of a cookie on this last one?
Nope, just that website, which seems like a dead end.
So if it is Styles, what is he trying to prove?
Each of the 3 web crashes were through different internet linkings. First one, conventional phone lines. Second one, fiber optic. Third one, satellite.
Maybe they're trying to demonstrate power.
Or test.
What?
Maybe these are tests.
You mean they're testing their abilities to control all these delivery systems?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, with that kind of control, they could literally hold the world hostage. They could destroy international monetary standards and change the entire balance of world power.
I thought that stuff only happened in comic books.
Look, they've already demonstrated a low regard for human life. Now, what size leap would it take to believe that their motives are that grandiose?
I'm gonna start nosing around some high-tech chat rooms. You know, the only notoriety these anonymous hackers get is the bragging rights.
Yeah. Yeah, put it through. I think that's a good idea. Hello. Yeah, that can be arranged. What's this all about? Okay, Friday. Thank you. Just been invited to lunch.
From the tone of your voice, it doesn't seem to be anybody I should be jealous about.
Long Cheng.
You're kidding. He wants to talk?
over Mushu pork. His lawyer claims that he has some information that he's ready to share.
Yep, we're still on for Saturday morning, but what kind of handicap are we talking about here, Mr. President?
Yeah, I was thinking about something a little bigger than my shoe size. We're very much looking forward to dinner at your house Friday night. It's always a pleasure.
Well, I know how much the First Lady loves classical music, so Bila Tanova, the young Russian cellist, will play for us.
That sounds great, Will.
And if it'll make you happy, I'll play the whole course with my 7-iron.
Well, that won't be necessary. I'll beat you fair and square. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, sir.
After signing his prized Fair Employment Act,
I should have killed that son of a bitch when I had the chance.
When do we get out of here?
Friday. I just got off the phone with the boss. Turns out he needs Mary Jo and me to go take care of some other business. So after tomorrow, I'm not gonna see you until DC. So let's go over the drill one more time.
You gonna go over these again? Oh, quit your belly aching.
Yeah, we're gonna go over it again, and I'll pay y'all to sit around and
You're
drink
not
beer.
gonna leave us
Come on.
here with this maniac.
You trying to make me mad? Boys, you don't have to fall in love with each other. You're only gonna say goodbye in 3 days anyway, all right?
Not soon enough.
We got a job to do. We can't afford to kill each other. Now knock it off.
Knock it off!
Who would think I would have to endure such levels of idiocy? I would look good as this guy. Watch out, ladies.
And all your guards are clean.
They all passed polygraphs.
Well, someone had to have let them in. You can clearly see the gate automatically open.
Somehow they got past our retinal scanners. They gassed that officer and,
Would that have gotten them into the cell block?
No, you're right. Someone opened the gates with them.
Is there any way that the cell doors could be opened remotely by someone off-site, say through a phone link?
When the system was first installed, the manufacturer asked if they could monitor it through phone access to maintain the equipment and the programs from off-site. Of course, we said absolutely not. So it was my understanding that this system stood completely independent.
Which company installed the gear?
PSS, Prison Security Systems.
Thank you for your time, Ward.
Thank you.
Hello.
No, I don't think so. This could be interesting.
Hell there, pretty lady. What can I get for you?
Nothing, thanks.
I know what you mean. I can only take this virtual role-playing so far myself. Hi, I'm Elliot Rosenberg from Cleveland. I'm an 800 support techie with Drug Bowen. You know, the company that created the SCSI interface. Oh, yeah, this guy. My web handle? The Crusher. It's pretty impressive, huh? And who do I have the pleasure of?
Well, well, well. Uday Shankar.
I find VR so much more satisfying than the old